Am I overreacting for asking my husband to stop using my maternity pads to clean things?
What?
I, 30 female, gave birth a couple weeks ago via vaginal delivery. It's been a rough recovery. Stitches, bleeding, all the glamorous stuff. My husband, 34 male, has mostly been supportive. But there's one thing that's driving me crazy. I stocked up on postpartum supplies, pads, mesh underwear, etc., and kept them in a basket in our shared bathroom. I noticed they started disappearing quicker than I expected. I thought I was just foggy from sleep deprivation until I saw him wiping a drink spill with my maternity pads. He said they were super absorbent and just sitting there, and has since used them to clean up pee, we have a toddler, mop a small leak under the sink, and once even to polish a mirror. I asked him nicely to please stop and that I need them and they're not just random cleaning rags. He got defensive and said I'm being overly sensitive and quote-unquote territorial over cotton. I'm hormonal and exhausted, but this just feels violating. Am I overreacting?
She definitely is not overreacting.
I say you can use them, and if she needs them, to go buy. They have to buy her more
Right.
with no money.
Yeah, definitely not overreacting in my opinion, especially coming from someone who's given birth. Like, granted, yes, my son got stuck in my pelvic floor, so I couldn't give birth vaginally. I had to get rushed into C-section.
Yeah.
But coming from someone who's given birth, you need every single last maternity pad there is, because you either can't stop pissing yourself or just leaking random fluids for at least 2 months.
Yeah, no, if he's gonna use it, buy more.
Right?
He had to buy more.
Somebody commented saying, you're in a medically vulnerable state, and he's showing a complete lack of empathy and understanding of what you're going through emotionally and physically. He's gaslighting you when you called him out, got defensive, and then turned it around on you. Basically, he told you your needs don't matter as much as his. Super degrading. I don't know. I think he resents you.
Idiotic.
Right?
I think he's just doing idiot boy stuff.
Right? The comments continues and says, I don't know. I think he resents you. And this is how it's leaking out. By turning your postpartum recovery into an inconvenience or a joke. Using your maternity pads to clean spills and pee. And then mocking you when you ask him to stop. That's not clueless. That's contempt. And showing you that your pain and needs are negotiable while his comfort is non-negotiable. You just gave birth. You're bleeding, healing, barely sleeping, and instead of supporting you, he's using your medical supplies as rags and calling you sensitive when you say it bothers you. That's not just inconsiderate. That's dehumanizing. You're not being territorial over cotton. You're asking to be treated like a person. You're not overreacting. He's undercaring. Facts. Like, that's pretty much like what I said.
Plus, how much are maternity pads there? Because,
Yeah,
like, your maternity pads are, like, so expensive compared to tissues.
Yeah.
Like,
my maternity pads were like, so I buy pee pads for the dogs because I have dogs. Like, 2 of them are still technically puppies. 1 just turned 2, 1 just turned 1. And at the time, the one that just turned 2 was literally only like a few months old. And so I was buying pee pads and maternity pads at the same time. For like 100 pack of the pee pads was like $20. A 50 pack of my maternity pads was about like $50.
Ooh.
Because the maternity pads are thicker and more absorbent than normal like dog pee pads.
Yeah.
But I just like, personally for me, once we saw that and after we bought the first set, we're like, all right, we're just going to keep buying the dog pee pads and I'll just sleep on top of the dog pee pads.
Yeah, no, if those are expensive-ish, So yeah, he's gonna have to buy more for her of his own money for doing that.
Exactly.
If he wants to use them, of course he use them. Otherwise, just get a mop with something.
Right? So yeah, definitely not overreacting. Fuck that guy.
Definitely.